Dallas Cowboys 30, Carolina Panthers 14. How about those Cowboys? Cowboys went in Carolina and did what they were supposed to do because Carolina Panthers are a bad team, and you are supposed to beat a bad team in that way. You're supposed to pin your ears back and go after the quarterback, and that's what we did. Micah Parsons was electric. Odiga Ozua, and that's how I'm going to say his name because I'm bad with his name. He played lights out up the middle. Let's give Cooper Rush a little hand. Cooper Rush, even though Cooper Rush threw multiple times behind the receiver, the turnovers, this RPO was horrible, and the fact that he couldn't even get the ball back showed a lot of me about Cooper Rush. His stats is good. He came up with 119. He completed 119 passing rating. He threw the ball 214 yards, 29 attempts, 18 completed, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. While his counterpart, Bryce Young, had a quarterback rating of 73.4, threw for 219 yards, 1 TD, 2 INTs, 29 attempts with 19 completions. Let's speak on Rico Dowdle. This kid, undrafted, 25 carries for 149 yards. Let me say that again. 29 carries for 149 yards. His longest was 12, averaging 6 yards per clip. The offensive line, it reminded me of when the line that the holes that Emmitt Smith used to run through. I mean, just my goodness, the holes that, and the fact that you had Cavante Turpin back there in the backfield a couple of times. I love that. This is what Mike McCarthy need to do to be more creative and have this guy, Cavante, in the backfield out in the flat, because if he's out in the flat, if he's in open space with his speed, with his quickness, I mean, we can do some damage with this guy. I mean, I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I know this is Carolina Panthers. Our season is a wash. It's done. Period. This is who we're missing, and they put it up on the screen. Brandon Cooks, 7 games, offense. Dak Prescott, 6 games, IR. Zach Martin, 4 games, IR. Jake Ferguson, 3 games on offense. Let's go to defense now. The way our defense was playing today, and the last few games, if these other cats had been playing, had not missed any time, can you imagine where we would be sitting right now? Pretty nice. Tank Lawrence, 10 games, IR, done. Deron Bland, 10 games. Micah Parsons, 4 games. Trayvon Diggs, 3 games. And again, finally, DeMarion Overshawn, one game IR. He's done for the season. Can you imagine if these cats were still playing? But what's this going to do for us right now is allowing these guys that was low on the depth chart to get some playing time and see what they're doing. I forget the guy's name. I can not pronounce his name correctly. But the guy out of Notre Dame that's replacing DeMarion Overshawn right now, he looks pretty good. And so get these guys some real live playing time. Again, get other guys coming back next year with free agency and the draft. I love the way our defense is going to look, because right now, those Eagles, they beat the Steelers. Steelers scored 13 points in the first half, none in the second half. That defense I'm looking for at the Eagles right now, I hate to say that, their defense is real. That defense is super real. That defensive line, oh my goodness. The only thing that's, the Eagles look good all over them, both sides of the ball. Their weak link right now is their quarterback. Their quarterback had a propensity to turn the ball over. And so that's what's going to come down to. Detroit, Minnesota, and on the NFC. That's who they got to get by. And so the way that defense is looking right now, and I watched some of that game today and last week, I'm just, that's how our defense would have looked like, can look like, it will look like if they can stay healthy. The Eagles have been pretty much healthy all season long. We just been burnt. I mean, we just been burnt with injuries, and that's just the way it is. But CeeDee Lamb had an outstanding game. He was targeted 13 times, 116 yards, 9 receptions. He got another 1,000 yards for the season. Brandon Cook, he was targeted 5 times, 34 yards, 3 receptions. Jake Ferguson targeted 4 times. But then I like the fact that Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert both got touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott, he got in the game. Something that I noticed right quick between Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle. I was trying to figure out why the offense when running the ball looked a little different when Rico had the ball compared when Zeke had the ball. I counted the hash marks. When Zeke is in the backfield, he's 7 yards back from the line of scrimmage. At one time, I seen him at 6 yards. 7 yards. Rico, 8 yards. He's 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And to me, with his quickness, give him an opportunity to see instantaneously where that hole is developing. Where Zeke being more closer to the line of scrimmage, a yard or two, and is not as quick as he was back in 2016, he's seeing the first thing that he thinks is going to be available, and it closes very quickly. Keep in mind, we have not had the continuity on the offensive line as in years past, and so we in double digits now of mixed lineups on the offensive line. So, but this cat, I forget his name. I'm embarrassed to say I can't remember who this guy who's replacing. I think BB. I think that's his name. The center. We may have a new center. Because the way those offensive holes are starting to materialize and look now. This is not just this game here was not the first game that I started to see that. So, but then again, going back to Zeke is 7 to 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, where Rico is around 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he's sitting in the hole with the quickness. So I do appreciate that. So this was the Carolina Panthers. We were supposed to win this game. We beat the Commanders. We beat the Giants, and we should have beaten the Bengals. And even if we did beat the Bengals, I don't see us doing anything in the postseason because of Cooper Rush. We're just not going to do anything in the postseason. So what I think this is doing, this is preparing, getting, like as I said earlier, these younger guys who's on the lower depth chart, getting them opportunities to play. See, they going to play for a job for next season. See what the draft looks like, where we're going to land in the draft, and then free agency. Because I believe this is an eye opener for Jerry Jones. He didn't do nothing in free agency, and I think this is an eye opener for him. And I think fingers crossed, but I do believe Jerry's going to be more active in free agency next season when they do come available. This is J Mac Sports 24/7. I talk about the Dallas Cowboys and other teams that I do enjoy watching. If this is your first time happen to come back to the channel, first, thank you for stopping by. And if you have not subscribed, so please consider subscribe to the channel. And definitely, by all means, give me a like. It really helps the algorithm. It helps my videos get out there. And to my faithfuls out there who have subscribed to me, to the channel, thank you for your support. I really appreciate your comments. I do read your comments and I try to get to you and answer them. But again, this was a good win for us. It just shows that we should beat teams that we're supposed to beat, and let's see what happens. If we can be spoilers for other teams, and math falls in our favor, we'll just see what happens. I am not going to jump on that ship to see if we're going to go deep into the postseason or get into the postseason. That's not me. I just want to beat the teams that we're supposed to beat and play hard against the teams that should beat us because we are not fully loaded. Again, Brandon Cooks, Dak Prescott, Zach Martin, Jay Ferguson, DeMarco Lawrence, Deron Bland, Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, DeMario Overshawn. These guys are our starters. Major contributors to our team have not been with our team, and so this is why we're seeing in addition to Mike McCarthy's play calling, which sucks. J Max Sports 24/7, I'm out. Thank you.